Hello again, this is Mike from the Oldtimer Rubber Band Guns, and today we're going to show you how to lace together your holster. This is what it will look like when it's all laced up. Last time we learned how to tool it, so this is what your holster can look like when it's nice and tooled, and then we're going to show you how to lace it together so that we can form it with our gun. So in the kit you also have a strand of leather lacing and also a lacing needle. The lacing needle is not sharp, but it is metal, so you want to always be careful and make sure that you've got your parents helping you out with this. You'll notice, I'm going to hold it down here on the needle, it separates and there's two little ribs that will hold on to that leather lace. That's probably the trickiest part, is getting that lace inside of there. So what we're going to do, and you may need a pair of pliers sometimes to pull it through. What we're going to do is take our lace and we're going to separate the needle with our fingernail, and then we're going to slide the lace in between. Like I said, this is the trickiest part. You want to get it inside of there. You probably need to, like I said, have your parents help you a little bit. And then once it's in there, you want to seat it. So you want to take the pliers and you're just going to press it, and that'll make it to where it's going to hold that real nice and tight, and it won't come out of the needle that way. Now we're going to start on the flat side of the holster at the bottom. And the first thing you need to do is you need to go through, you want to have the shiny side of the leather upside. You're going to go through the back hole first by itself, through all the way through like this, and you're going to leave a little bit at the top, because we don't have to tie any knots. What you do is you leave a little bit at the top, about that much, and then we're going to come back and we're going to come back over the top. You want to make sure that your lace stays the same direction the whole time so that it doesn't get twisted, and you're going to go through that top hole, and then you're going to go back through that same hole in the bottom, and then you're just going to pinch this together so this part sticks up, and then you're going to pull that needle with that leather all the way through, and then you're going to pull it nice and snug, and what will happen is it will hold that leather. You'll see this one, we're going to just kind of put this to the side and it'll go around. So once you get that first one started, then you just follow it all the way around. You put your needle in here and just keep pulling it through all the way through, and what it's going to do, it's going to hold that little piece down right like that, so it'll just tie it off like a knot, so it holds it nice and secure and it won't come loose. So you're basically just going to go through both the holes now all the way around and just pull it nice and snug, and you can straighten those out a little bit and just keep pressing that one down as you go along. It'll hold it down and back through here. This will be the same on the other side. We're going to start from the top on the other side, but make sure that's opened up all the way, and you can kind of spread it and kind of push that little one down inside there so it kind of hides it away a little bit, and then you just keep going all the way through each hole, through the back to the front, just like that. Give it a little tug just to keep it nice and tight, and all the way to the top. And the only other part is at the other end is when we'll secure the other side. So this is kind of go through and just kind of hold your needle so that it's always going the same direction, so it doesn't rotate on you, so it's not twisted. And just all the way. We're getting closer. Just take your time and be patient. There's no big hurry. You want to make sure you do it right the first time through, so it's nice and snug and straight and no gaps. And we're getting closer to the end here. Through. last hole, what we're going to do is we're going to go through, but we're not going to pull it snug yet because we want to come back through this part. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up through this front again. See how I left a little loop there so it's not completely tight. And then we're going to go through that hole again, but not through the back. We're going to come up in the middle of it and go in between this loop that's opened up here. Now this part is where you may need a little pair of pliers just to take and just gently kind of pull it through, just to help you because it gets a little snug. So then you're going to pull this through, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get this part right here, and we're going to slide the needle through a couple of laces here and here, and then we'll take our pliers and pull it through. Like I said, sometimes it gets a little snug, and then when we pull it snug, now we can come back here and we can tighten this one up a little bit by pulling the back part of it so that it tightens it up, and then we're going to pull this one tight, and that leaves it right in there. And then you just take a pair of scissors and you snip off that edge right there. I have a knife, so that's going to snip off just like that, and that's what your lacing will look like. So now it's nice and laced on this side. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're just going to start at the top. So you're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our needle, which is still intact, and we're going to start at the top. We're going to go through the back hole first, leaving that little space at the top. Now you'll notice there's a gap here, so you're going to have to kind of make it buckle a little bit, and then come back through the top and through that same hole. And this is where you probably need the pliers. Anytime you go through with two pieces, sometimes you need the pliers to do that. So then we just take that, and the same thing, that lace is going to hold that one piece down. So you got that down there, snug, and then it's the same process as before. We're going to go through all the holes, just like that, all the way through, and then when you get down to the bottom, you're going to do the same thing as you did on the other side, where you're going to leave that last hole a little loose, go back through to secure your leather. So that's how you lace it, and when you're all done, this is what the lacing will look like on both sides, and you'll be ready to form your holster. So next time we'll show you how to form the holster with your gun, and take your time, be patient, help your parents or older brother or sister help you out. Remember to always be careful when you're dealing with the needle. Like I say, it's not sharp, but you always want to be careful, and have a great time doing this, and we'll talk to you next time.